Are you ever bothered by your thoughts? What if this is gonna go wrong? What if I'm gonna be saying this awkward thing and I'm gonna get embarrassed? What if I run into this person that I kind of know but don't really know? And how's it gonna go? What if he then is gonna say this? What if blah blah blah? This what if thinking. Well, I'm going to share a very simple technique to you in this video that's going to give you, well, a strategy to use when that is happening. All right, so the technique is called the what if, so what technique. You ever heard of it? Probably not, because I just made it up a bunch of days ago. A bunch of days ago, I was in a Zoom group coaching session, and I explained the particular outcome that you're after when it comes to social ease. And one of those parts is being okay with whatever happens, being a yes to whatever might happen. So I might get rejected. Okay, am I okay with that? If not, why not? And now you've got tapping targets. Are you okay with being rejected? No, that hurts me. Okay, well, that hurts happens on the inside of you. It's not the rejection. It's actually the feelings that get triggered inside, and you have control over what you do with these feelings. So you can address that. And then as you address that, eventually you become I get rejected, so what? I get criticized, so what? That's what you're ending up getting to, where you no longer get hooked by the things that you formerly were so afraid of. And that's where you have freedom. That's the magic of combining the best of traditional psychology with energy psychology. And, I talk most about tapping, of course. So I taught that technique, or it wasn't really a technique. I just talked about the particular mindset or state of being that you eventually get to, a state of acceptance. The whole group coaching session was circled around acceptance of anxiety, acceptance of yourself, acceptance of whatever might happen. And so then a couple of days later, we have a group WhatsApp in our social confidence club, and I saw the following comment. Seb, who was it that you were talking about that said, so what, when it came to anxiety or possible outcomes? I've been using that in my head the last few days in social situations, and it's working for me. It helps too when thinking about work stuff that is stressing me out. I still want to succeed and get the job done, but I also think, so what? And a bunch of people liked that, and I thought that it was something quite helpful that I could easily share with you. To answer the question that I gave him, well, it comes from the mindset of acceptance. And the mindset of acceptance I initially learned way back when I started learning about EFT a little bit, and then it really got hammered in by my coach, who I started working with 13, 14 years ago, Julia, a very wise lady, and then it got reinforced more and more and more by my mentor, Dr. David Lake, who's a psychotherapist, tapping expert, and his best mate, psychologist and tapping expert, Steve Wells. They talk about acceptance and self-acceptance in particular a lot. So that really influenced my thinking. Now, Steve Wells and David Lake, they had a mentor, and his name is Frank Farrelly, and he's the founder of provocative therapy. NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, a lot of the core techniques were modeled after four of the top psychotherapists at the time. Virginia Satir, Fritz Perls, Milton Erickson, and Frank Farrelly. And Frank Farrelly was their mentor, and his provocative therapy, which I studied a little bit under Steve and David, who added an energy element to it and came up with energy, PET, provocative energy therapy, which I've done a whole bunch of workshops and supervision from. And the basic mindset that David talked about is like, so what? What's the problem? That's the stance that you have as a therapist. Everything's okay. And that was kind of what I was explaining. So that's where the so what comes from. David also taught me, it's like your, I think it's Nisdargata. I might be butchering that, but it's a spiritual teacher, and his idea of enlightenment is when nothing is wrong anymore. And often when I had sessions with David, that was the outcome or the ultimate outcome that you're after, when nothing is wrong anymore. So when you're thinking of, well, what if I'm going to get rejected? Well, what if that's not wrong? What if that's something that can happen? And what if that, is not wrong? What if that's okay? What if you're just okay with that? I might get rejected. So what? Okay. Ultimately, of course, with rejection, you don't know why that person is rejecting you. That person might be having a horrible day. Might be that time of the month. Sorry, ladies. There might be whatever going on in this person's life that you don't know. You might remind that person of someone and it has nothing to do with you. And so, etc. Basically, what you want to get to is, so what? Right? So you can use that in your mind as well as a mantra. Now, we were having a session and we were doing tapping. So that lesson probably got in a lot deeper than just using logic. But even with just using logic, it's a great strategy to use when your thinking is bothering you. What if this? So what? What if that? So what? So there you go. Hope that helped you. This is Sebastiaan from socialanxietysolutions.com. If you want to learn how to actually get to the ultimate outcome that I've been talking about, where you're a genuine feeling place, so what to rejection, or so what to embarrassing yourself, or so what to whatever, anything and everything, and being calm and at ease in social situations, then go to get my free, what is it called? 7 Secrets to Social Confidence mini course. And that's the best I've been teaching solutions to social anxiety since 2008. I've been making videos since 2009. I've been interviewing a whole bunch of people on my podcast that now has 500 episodes plus only 50 interviews, but that's a different story. And everything I've studied and, the 6,000 hours of coaching that I've done with socially anxious clients, overcoming my own social anxiety, the best of all of that I put into 7 concise secrets that you can pick up quickly. There's guided tapping in there. There are a couple of really short snippets of the most important parts of all the interviews that I've done. It is really the best of the best that you can get. And that really sets you up. By the end of this mini course, it sets you up to understand, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. This is why I'm dealing with. And this is how I can actually overcome this. I'm not a victim. I don't have to be dealing with this for the rest of my life. There's a reason for why I've been dealing with this and other things didn't work. And this actually can work for me. And you're also guided through some tapping. You're already going to experience some shifts and changes. So you already have some evidence as well that things are changing. Very, very powerful. You can get that by going to bit.ly/social confidence now. That is bit.ly/social confidence now. Bye for now.